Yo, Jimmy Oaks challenge. Yay! Welcome back to the channel, guys. So starting off right away, right into the R34, we're getting ready for a drift event that's coming up. So I did a couple things just to get it ready. No more leaks. We fixed all the oil leaks. Everything's all done there. Everything is pretty much just maintenance wise, just gonna be changing like the spark plugs. Got a new intercooler. I was still having problems with the wastegate while we were on boost, trying to hit for that 12 pounds since we do have 12-pound spring in here. We were trying to hold steady on that 12 pounds, but we were only making around 8 to 9 pounds. And even with the intercooler, you do see a drop in pressure, but it was too significant according to Kendrick and my buddy Travis. So what we did was, rather than running it the way I had it before, so here you have the wastegate running to the boost controller to the turbo, and we got rid of the boost controller setup where it was turbo straight to the wastegate, still doing the same thing. So what we actually ended up doing was running from the wastegate to this side on the intake manifold here. It was definitely better because right away it jumped, hit steady 12 pounds, car was a lot faster, but that goes to show and it proved the theory saying that there's some type of restriction coming, making its way from the intake manifold into this intercooler here, intercooler into the turbo itself. So it was running 12 pounds there, but as Kendrick was saying, it could be running around like 15, 16 pounds on the turbo, which isn't necessarily bad, but we don't want that big of a drop in pressure. So what I ended up doing was got a new intercooler. Hopefully it was just a bad intercooler design. This is a much better one. Now I got some goodies. Now we could just put the couplers. We have the new intercooler on, and like I said, it's just gonna be a bunch of maintenance stuff. We're gonna be changing the oil, put new spark plugs, gap them, all that good stuff, and new air filter as well, because Kendrick said I had a little ass air filter. So we're going with a much bigger one. I think it was about like a 4.5 inch one. So we'll be putting that as well. New air filter installed, that's checked there. Now next up is, don't worry, I don't got a baby. Got some couplers here, finally. Been waiting for this. Super clean. I think there's maybe about, I would have to say, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 miles on this built motor now, but fresh oil change, that's a plus. We're all good there. All right, it is on and off thunderstorms, up, cloudy lens, foggy lens. Hold on. All right, there we go. So one of the biggest things I wanted to do when I first started this car was to make it OEM as possible, minus the Toyota motor, but I finally have the last piece of the puzzle, which is this. I was gonna do a custom fan shroud, so I kind of did a custom fan shroud for this, but bam. So here we have, this is actually from a Lexus, I wanna say it's a SC300 or GS300. I think it's a SC300. I think they're both the same actually. So I wanted to do a S14, S13 fan shroud originally, but I couldn't because of the placement of the actual fan shroud. So this whole section here is more in the middle, and obviously with this hose here and the placement of the actual 1J fan, so you can see it right there, I wouldn't be able to do that. So shout out to my buddy Dan, he was able to get this for me. So as you can see, everything is pretty much, it fits somewhat. So this fits here. Originally, this whole section is supposed to be in front of the radiator, but obviously for obvious reasons, we couldn't do that. So I'm not sure how this is gonna work out, but this is also usually extended all the way here. I wanted to do a JZX100 fan shroud, but the JZX100s are actually wider than the R34s, so I couldn't do that. This is probably the second best option that I was able to get. So what I went ahead and did was I'm actually placing this fan shroud a little bit higher. As you can see, it fits nice and snug there, all here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I also cut This is a little janky, but we melted this part of the fan shroud there. I'm gonna have to sand this down because this is like so glossy. Here are the stock R34 mounting tabs. The only difference with this is I'm not gonna be able to put it this way. I'm actually gonna have to flip it over since the radiator is actually down. So it's gonna have to go like so. So I'm gonna switch the rubber piece around and then probably paint this black. All right, we got everything mounted up. It looks good. Only thing I'm not really fond of, we're gonna paint this black. I just wanna go for a quick test drive, cut this down, shim that down. But other than that, this thing's not moving anywhere. So that's a plus. Just when we go drifting, we won't have to worry about that. But like I said, I just wanna go take it out for a test drive. It's gonna rain pretty soon. So definitely wanna see if the intercooler fixed all that. New spark plugs, new oil, new coolant, fan shroud, bunch of new stuff, make it OEM as possible. But let's go finally for a test drive. Also, I finally got a new shift knob. So these are kind of, to get a new shift knob is kind of hard because this uses the cube shifter, even though it is 12 by 1.5 thread pattern. The only difference is these cube shifters are actually like super thick and super tall, no homo. But I was able to get this one to work, and I think actually my temp sensor for my water temp gauge is messed up. I'm gonna see, because it'll go around to like 140, 160, and then all of a sudden it'll just shoot right up to like 300. So I'm not sure if that's messed up or what. We'll see. For now, I already know it's not gonna overheat just because it has a clutch fan. Look at that, super quiet. Smelling a little bit of antifreeze, but hopefully that's just because some of it spilled. I don't see any drippage going on here. All right, so far it's around 160-ish. Usually it'll jump here. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm gonna go on a little drive now. So right there it was staying around like 5 psi. I didn't like romp on it or anything, so that's a plus. It's kind of hard to do both hands, but yeah. So right there it hit 10 pounds really quick and easy. So that definitely felt like 10 pounds for sure. So that's a plus there. Only way I'll know is if I like go on the highway or something and see if it'll just hold it. But I mean, before it was struggling to stay around like 8-ish. So I think that intercooler did fix the problem. So I can't jump to conclusions. Let's just go on the highway real quick. And if that fixes it, I'm gonna be so hyped. And Temps still staying around 180-ish. I'll do a quick little pull here. External wastegate is so loud, but I mean, it doesn't crack open until around 8-ish, so that's all right. But temps are staying good too, so that's a plus. I think that did fix it because it definitely pulls a lot better now. Anybody else always get nervous when they like do something to the car and they're not sure if it's gonna work? That's always like how I always feel. All the time. But like I said, look at that, a 180, I think it's like 182-ish, and it's staying there the whole time. I'm just smelling a little bit of coolant. I'm not sure if that's like the excess coolant that is burning off or what, but I'm gonna go back home and see what's going on. Crappy roads of Hartford, man. Oh man, well, the fan shroud's definitely helping. It's literally staying at 185 the whole time. And I've been driving around for a while, but it's crunch time now because it just started raining. I'm literally like 5 minutes away, so we should be good. But that's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned for more. We're gonna be drifting soon, so that's a plus there. And yeah, stay tuned for more because I got a little surprise for you guys. We might be getting something. And right near the car. So we might be getting it. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm pretty hyped on it. Nice little project. You guys probably know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but stick around and find out.